Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today, I am back with another apartment renovation. We are renovating 910 Medina Studios in Myshuno, and this is going to be a studio apartment that is sort of like pop punk inspired. This is something I was dabbling with on stream over the last couple of weeks. Basically, I would finish a build early and then I would go over to this one apartment where I was playing around with color schemes originally because I wanted to play around with what color I wanted to do for my next solid color video. And I didn't figure that out. Instead, I ended up with a lot of pink and black and checkered. And I just kept going back and kind of playing around with ideas with that after a couple of streams, and eventually decided, you know what, we're going to turn this into its own apartment. And it gives early 2000s or like girlfriend era Avril Lavigne vibes, and I love it so much. I would have loved this space back when I was a teenager. Actually, I still love it now, but it was just a fun concept to build with in a color scheme and style I feel like I haven't done a lot of in The Sims. So I really hope you will enjoy this one. If you do and you'd like to download it, it is available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You could also find it under the hashtag Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. So right now I'm still fiddling with the floor plan. I knew I wanted to have a lofted bedroom, and I had an idea of how I wanted the couch and stuff to be laid out based on what I had played around with in a different apartment on stream. So I was just trying to figure out how to make that work in this smaller unit because I was just in a random apartment before playing around with a concept, and it was way too big for what I wanted to do, but it was a different shape. So I'm just laying this all out now. All I had really in the other apartment was a color scheme for the kitchen, this couch and rug, and the decal that I've placed on the wall, and it's been deleted a couple of different times, which is from the Werewolves pack. And I will be placing that back down here shortly. But I had just a vague idea of what we were going to go for, so I was really glad to actually get started on this. And I just really like building studio apartments. Actually, speaking of apartments, do you think the next expansion pack that has to do with romance, I'm not going to talk too much about the leak, because if you don't want to see the leak, I don't want to show you the leak. But if you were curious, the next expansion pack did leak. It's all over Twitter or X, whatever you'd like to call it. But do you think the new pack is going to have apartments? I really hope so. I feel like that would be perfect, and I would love to decorate some more apartments. So I'm hoping for it. But and with that, I could do all kinds of really fun ideas. Oh, I'm very excited about the concept of the next pack. But anyway, the living room ends up coming together pretty quickly here. I don't end up keeping that chair, but I knew I wanted the living room to be right next to the kitchen, using these cabinets from Home Chef Hustle. And actually, this backsplash tile is an item from the Party Essentials kit, but I thought it worked really nicely here, so that's what I end up using there. And I also used the record player from that kit in front of the window. That was something I originally played with when I was just concepting out this build in another unit. And I love that record player. It is such a nice piece, and I feel like it just worked so nicely in this space. There ends up being a few instruments in here. I feel like a bunch of Sims probably get together here and are practicing in a band. Another thing I would like to see added to the Sims at some point is some more instruments, the ability to have bands. That'd be so nice. But in the meantime, I was able to kind of achieve that concept here. There ends up being an electric guitar as well as a keyboard in this space. But right now I'm just trying to figure out which bed to use. And I do end up using this one from high school years. I like that it's just like a simple black plaid. I thought that worked quite nicely. And then that closet matches the wallpaper perfectly. So I knew I had to use it in here, but it didn't really fit in the bedroom. So I decided that could be a coat closet by the front door. I really liked that. And then I'm going to be using so much stuff from high school years for the walls, a mixture of records and posters and like little stickers and photos. I just feel like high school years was absolutely perfect for this build. The rug I'm placing down now is from there, as is the couch that I'm using in the living space. And of course, the artwork up above the couch is from Werewolves. I don't remember if I use a bunch of Werewolves or not. I just know that in particular is from there. And then the checkered rug is actually from the Pastel Pop kit. And that kit came in a lot of handy for this build as well. Not a limited pack build, but I think, a very limited color scheme. It's mostly pink, black, and white, but there are some other colors in here as well. I wasn't trying to stick to only those colors, but they are heavily used. And I just think it looks really cute. I also loved using this as a coffee table. This is a coffee table that came with the Myshuno stuff pack. It looks like maybe like a guitar case or something. I think it's for camera equipment, but I thought it was perfect. And I used the Grimm's guitar, which I believe you get with like a special version of The Sims 4. I don't remember where that came from, but there's a swatch of it that's pink and white. So I had to use that, of course. And then I am just starting to decorate the kitchen, of course, getting cutting boards. Those are just in every build. I can't not. And then figuring out our curtain situation. I ended up using those ones, which are from the paranormal stuff pack. I just really liked the beads on them. And then I cut out most of the process of trying to figure out a light in here because it wouldn't have been very interesting to watch because unfortunately this apartment is tall wall height. So it's really hard to find lights that hang far enough down for it to look like it makes sense in a kitchen. But this particular light fixture, which is from the Industrial Loft kit, I thought worked quite nicely. And then I just got a couple of decorations here on the island. So it looks like maybe they're actively writing something. I have the phone there, and I'm actually using the new trash can that came with the login event that's going on right now. I think it's called like Happy at Home or something. The Sims now has login rewards, which I have mixed feelings about, but I do like that trash can. So I did put that over there. And then over here, I'm just adding some more windows and some more of those curtains. I also wanted to make sure we had a dining space over here and like basically a space that's focused on music. So I do have the keyboard right here from City Living, and then the other like piece of equipment or table that I have over there that has a like screen on it is from Get Famous, and it's like a music producing station. I haven't used that in a very long time, but I thought it made sense for this apartment since I was assuming or like basing the idea of this apartment as like Sims that are in a band from like the early 2000s. Obviously, we have some more modern technology in this space, but I was really like thinking about that time and the colors I saw then. So I had a lot of fun with it. But anyway, I'm just adding some more posters and stuff over here. I got a nice desk from Pastel Pop. I like the wavy pattern of that, but I love that it comes in a black swatch as well. I also realized I wanted to have those like little Polaroids that are in the shape of a heart hanging up in the bedroom space. I just grabbed those. And then also doing the same thing here with these leaning prints from Base Game. I put those on the headboard here in the bedroom and then adjusting the posters accordingly so that it doesn't feel like they are being covered up. And then I, of course, moved this lamp. I really like this one. It's an unlockable. I don't remember what pack it's from, but it has stickers all over it. So I thought it was perfect for this space. I also got a bunch of messy clutter on the floor up here. So we have like clothes everywhere, this box of clothes, and this ottoman from City Living that has a bunch of like vinyls in it. And I also ended up getting a like crate of vinyls up here as well, which is from the Basement Treasures kit, as is this telephone I have up here. I just thought that that was a fun idea, a fun addition, an item I don't use very often. So I was excited about that, as well as putting these magazines on the bed, particularly the swatch I end up picking out, which is red with pink hair. It was just chef's kiss. It's exactly what I was looking for. So I was quite happy with that. And then I am adding some more pillows to the bed. These ones are actually the ones from the Modern Luxe kit. I would have used the ones that came with the Happy at Home login event, that as long as you've logged in during those weeks, we have a new plain pillow. It looks exactly like that, except it's all plain swatches and there are so many different colors on it. I would have used that, but I built this before that came out. I didn't have access to it yet. And it seems like everyone's on a different day of redeeming. So some people had it when I was building this and I was like, I don't have that yet, sorry. But I do have it now. So that is an option if you do decide to download this build and you don't have Modern Luxe, but you do have the login event pillow. That would be a nice thing to add. And speaking of which, I'm going to be using that login event pillow absolutely everywhere. Throw pillows were something that I have been wanting in the game forever. So when Modern Luxe added one, I was so excited. And now having another one that looks the same but has different swatches, very, very happy about that. Anyway, at this point, I decided that this sim needed a cat. And I spent a very long time trying to figure out a cat tree situation. It doesn't look like that because I cut it out because it made me angry watching it back, because I was like, oh my gosh, I can't figure this out. I placed down like every different cat tree and they were all too big. They didn't fit the space. They weren't the right colors. And I ended up picking a like medium size one, which I think worked a little bit better in the space. I just liked the idea of this sim having a cat. And I do add a litter box at the very end of the build, but I think I forgot to add a food bowl. So I will see if I can remember to add the food bowl before I upload this to the gallery. But if not, that's a really easy thing to add. At least I remembered the litter box this time. But anyway, I did realize that there was this bookshelf from the Pastel Pop Kit. And I was like, oh, that'd be so perfect. But it didn't really fit in here. I already kind of decorated the space and I didn't want to change anything. So I threw that in the bathroom thinking maybe I'll keep it in there. And I actually did. I ended up having space for it. So I was pretty happy about that. I also got that locker in the entryway, which is a bookcase from the Discover University pack. I think it is so pretty. So I was happy to add that in this space. And then this is the bathroom. I was able to keep that bookcase in here. It looks like just extra storage, which I was quite pleased with. I love the checkered print storage boxes on the bottom. I don't know why I'm struggling so much to say those words, but I was quite pleased with how well it matched the rest of this apartment. And then I'm just getting some towels and stuff here. And then I'm going to realize that I didn't have a litter box after I add some more decor to the kitchen. Basically, I finished the build. I've stopped recording and then I was like, oh, I didn't add a litter box. So I do go back in and add that. And I actually use a funky one that is not one I use very often, which was kind of fun. So you'll see that here momentarily. It's a little bit out there, but that's something you can change if you don't like it. And I added a pink sticky note on the fridge in the kitchen, which I just think was such a fun touch. And then over here, getting some umbrellas. I already have temperature controls and a fire alarm. And here is the litter box. So with that, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so very much for watching. Please enjoy the screenshots, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.